Today is my birthday. Welcome to day 172 until I'm a YouTube millionaire. I am 36 years old today. Officially, at 7:30 p.m., I will cross that Rubicon. You double this age and you'll be 72. That is the midway point for many people. Hopefully it won't be the case with me. Hopefully my midway point will be a lot farther out. But you simply don't know. You cannot predict the future. If you are over-focused on the future, you become anxious. If you are over-focused on the past, you become depressed. If you're focused on the present, you maximize your contentment. This is an absolute truth. We must pay attention to our past so that we can learn from our history, our past mistakes and victories. We must have an eye toward the future so that we can give ourselves a purpose for what we're doing in the present. But the present is where we remain. It is the nexus point of all of our experiences that have been or will be. And at 36 years old, there's a lot of stuff behind me. I do hope that there's still a much, much larger amount of stuff in front of me, but there is a lot of stuff behind me. Many attempted ventures, some successes, some failures. The successes come from getting the experiences, from doing things that very few people can say they've done. I mean, how many people can say that they're a licensed pilot that's rated in a multi-engine jet? How many people can say that they've been to 7 or 8 different countries? More than that, probably. Or almost all the states. Or have run marathons. Or have climbed 14ers. Or any number of other things. They published a book with many more to come. It is because I have had that eye toward the future in that memento mori, remember we die, that I have never lived a day in my life where I have not pushed with as much energy as I can muster to do something with that valuable slice of time. You only get so many of them. Now, the most important things up to this point in my life, with respect to me, not with respect to the relationships necessarily I'm building, but with respect to me, has still been elusive to me. Finding a wife, having children, so that I can leave gifts for this planet. And I can share in the beautiful thing that is romantic love. I've never tasted it. I have gotten whispers of it. I've gotten the scent of it. I've gotten a vision of it. And honestly, my vision of it gets clearer and clearer every day. But I've never experienced it. I remember when I was 10 years old, there was this girl in school, her name was Ashley Wayne, and I loved too deeply and too quickly a love that was unrequited, unreciprocated. At 10 years old, I put too much in front of another child that was by no means prepared for that. And I don't even think I was. It's like I had a heart from a full-grown adult that was in the body of a child. So, some people, it takes a little bit longer to accomplish those things. Not because you're a horrible person or anything like that. God knows we live in a fallen world. So if you have trouble with that, you're probably doing a little better than most. But if you've waited this long, 36 years, those rules that are put out for the general population are for the baseline. The brand new, newly minted human beings that for the first time accomplish the age of 18 or 20 years old and know virtually nothing of the way existence works. They are a baseline that is meant to keep them protected. And everyone else. When you've reached the age of 36, twice that age, things change a little bit. You know why those rules are there, and you accept and embrace that fully. But for you, you've waited long enough. They don't necessarily apply to you like they do everyone else. They still apply, just in a little bit of a different way. If you can wait this long, and it's painful, it sucks, but if you can, new doorways open up to you that may not have been there before, or that you just couldn't see. You don't need the same protections that an 18-year-old does. You're a bit more mature, have a little bit more fleshed out in your perspectives of the world and beyond it. You can look back or look above from 30,000 feet up at the whole situation and say, that's why that's there. That's why he says that. That's why they do that. Well, that doesn't apply to me. Neither does that. That does. And things adjust accordingly. You've never seen anything as open as this, aside from a very small handful of people. Because this is the maturation of an entire generation. A large cohort of individuals, the millennials, who are now coming into the leadership positions of this world, the big leadership, big kahuna positions. Finally. You are responsible for your actions. You live a life that is there to help others. And one of the best ways to do that is to be as open as possible. This is a very disparate conversation today, but I have a lot going through my mind. It's rare that I don't. Suffice it to say, I'm tired of waiting. And suffice it to say, it's adequate to say is what that term means, if you didn't know. It is, and has been, my turn for a long time. There is no more waiting. If it isn't going to happen soon, like this year, then cometh the rapture. I'm a prototype, an avatar. I mean that for people like me. I'm not saying that I'm anything special necessarily, but I am an avatar. An entire generation of people have been held back, and I am part of that generation. Enough. The Chuck Schumers and the Nancy Pelosi's of this world that simply refuse to let go of power. Enough. Get out. The only reason you're still holding on to it is because you don't believe there's anything beyond this world. Your words are simply words. You don't actually have any faith. Just a charlatan. So, it is our turn. I've waited long enough. Love y'all. Peace.